A-Line, hi, good morning. I'm not sure if that's how you say your name. Should we just call you Franco? Good morning, anyways. How are you? There we go. Going to cut my bang with some rusty kitchen scissors. That's a song. Marlon, good morning. How are you? Oh, thank you. All right. Maybe if I clean these, I can see better. Who knows? AJ, good morning. Let's see what AJ has to say. People get ATR the 6th. I don't know what that means. So funny. Fish truck, see you. The D. Tolti, the house is the best for me, and I will be a little late, but I will be there in about 5. I think somebody's sending a message to somebody else. I don't know. That was entertaining. Oh, it's not in my face. Wow, thanks for that. If you're going to be here in about 5 minutes, I'll turn the porch light on. Nonsense. You know what? Who I just thought about? Um, I'm copying music credit to put over my description, and I looked at what I posted the last time about Mrs. Blipper, or Miss Blipper, and Miss Blipper's on her road trip to Rome, and from Rome to. You coming to the U.S.? Anyways, it's travel day. Safe travels, Miss Blipper. Let's try that again. Marlon says I'll have therapy later, and from there I'll visit my uncle. About an hour drive. Either today or tomorrow. I'll also drive over the border and do some shopping in France. Nice. Well, you've got plans, Marlon. Nice. Carl. Good morning, Carl. How are you? Good to see you, Carl. Sounds so fancy. I'm just going to pop over and shop, do some shopping in France. Ooh la la. Denti Healthness and or Health and Fitness. Look at me, healthness. Marlon Health. I'm gonna be okay, I swear. Marlon at Dundee Health and Fitness says, well, from my uncles, you can walk to the border. Well, it's a longer walk, but doable in a few hours. Nice. Fancy schmancy. I'm just teasing. I keep thinking about a nursery rhyme. Not even a nursery rhyme. Kids doing school, maybe with hopscotch. Or maybe it's something you said when you were teasing each other in school. I don't even remember. Lee, I'm so happy to see you. I did not expect to see you. But I'm glad you're here. How are you? Oh my gosh, that was so much better. My bangs were really itching me, getting in my eyes. I just did such a good job, just like that. I should quit now while I'm ahead. Yay. Lee from Magnetic North Adventures says, not too bad, thanks. Just internet data is low. There's no telling when it will cut out, so I have limited use, but I wanted to be here. Well, thank you. I get that way around the 20th. The 20th of the month is the new reset for me. So from the 10th on, I'm always kind of a little cautious. I try to just jump on when I'm on Wi Fi, but it doesn't always happen. I've gotten that little warning. You've exceeded your limit. Carl says, Jack looks like the calf I just seen. Oh, how nice. Jack, did you hear that? That's one of the nicest comparisons I've ever heard for you. And Marlon says, gotcha, Lee. Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, if it goes, I'm sorry, but I'm staying in out of the storm, so I'll be safe. I'm paid Friday. That's when I get data. I see. Lee, you should, until you get monetized, you should, we need to talk first off. While you're staying in, can you make a playlist of the longest videos you have for watch hours? Because some of your playlists won't run the whole time I'm gone from work. And if you have one really long one that I can just hit before I leave, and when I come home from work by the end of the day, it's still running, that would be awesome. Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says uploading uses a lot of cell phone data. Being on YouTube, etc., does that. Yeah, that's why I'm low. Carl says I've unlimited data all year. Well, that's super, Carl. I just I just use my work phone now. I used to have my personal phone and a work phone, but why? If work is going to pay for my phone, then I'll limit my data usage a little bit. Lee from Magnetic North Adventures says all playlists are separate so people can watch or play what they're interested in. And you do such a really good job with that. Like mine is a mess. But I know that because I look at your playlist every stinking day, several times a day. Stinking, I don't know why that word came out. It sounded so negative. But I do admire how neat it is all done. And I could, when I get data, make a playlist with every video. And yeah, and just label it watch hours if you want. It just makes it so much easier. I think Maddie ran for just about 24 hours before I had to go in and do anything with the TV in the living room. And Carl says only 12 euros a month. And Lee says, I live day to day. That's how my life is, sadly. I can't plan months ahead. And Carl says, I don't have playlists. You should, though. If you wanted to. If you wanted to. Well, you should do whatever you want, Carl. Who am I? Lee from Magnetic North says most are not interested in magnet fishing but enjoy the mudlarks. Some only watch the walks. And Lee says data is $25 a month for me. That's about $33 US. Well, I think I haven't paid for a phone in about at least 4 years, maybe 5, but at least 4. So I really don't have a clue what prices are nowadays. Oh, speaking of shoulds, Lee at Magnetic North Adventures, I got another should for you. You should put up your maybe you do have it. Let me go look before I run my darn mouth. I hate being an idiot. There it is. Never mind. See, I'm so glad I checked before I opened my mouth again. Oh wow, yeah. Lee says I get 80 gigabytes of data. That burns fast when videos upload at 5 gigabytes of video. Lee says it's a pay-as-you-go, no contract. And Carl agrees, that's expensive. Are you under contract for yours, Carl? I know sometimes you can. Well, it didn't used to be. I don't know. You hush, cat. You don't know anything. Lee, Lee says, there's there is info, Cat. You're not. There is info. Cat, you're not an idiot. Please don't put yourself down. You're a valuable person. Thank you for reminding me. I do have a problem. Well, I've gotten so much better at being self deprecating and the sarcastic, self deprecating humor. I've gotten better. But thank you for that reminder where it just slipped from me. Thank you. A little awareness. Carl, same for you, Carl. You're definitely not an idiot, Carl. You're such a loving person. I love your walks. And you point out all the cars that go by. And I like just seeing your city. Lee from Magnetic North Adventures says, I'm looking at other providers. This runs under an O2 network. And Lee from Magnetic North Adventures says, Carl, the same applies. We all have value to the world. You have to realize that each person is of value to the world. Yes, I agree. You have value. Lee from Magnetic North says, Cat, how's you? Are you well? Sorry I missed things last few days, especially on yogis. Me too. You haven't missed much here. I've been, well, I took off yesterday and the day before I only ran for an hour. So you have not missed me, my friend. And I've been so busy when I get on yogis, I'm only half listening because customers will come ask questions and stuff. So, but anyways, all that to say, tired. I wanted to make these big plans for this morning, and I realized that I need to do some things around here. My plants need to be watered, and I fought with myself last night about it. I was like, well, I have a responsibility to these plants. And you got to take care of them first. So today is going to be napping, getting some stuff done, pulling my kayak out, and cleaning all the spiders out of it. Good morning, Miss Lucy. How are you? How are you doing, Lee? And Lucy says, hello to everybody. And Lee from Magnetic North says, good morning, Lucy. You were here that hour. It was all a blur. I wasn't even going to go live. Lee says, so what was the stress yesterday? Just, I usually go in to work around 5:30. But I had to be at work at 5. Which, just a disruption in your schedule can throw you off, especially when, you like your little schedule. So I was really worried about getting to work on time, which is why I did not do a live yesterday. because Sunday you can it's kind of a flexible day to be late, but on a day a truck comes out of Walmart, you have to be there at 5 if you're running that route. And I guess somebody's on vacation, so I had to run a route. Oh, Lucy, I'm so glad to hear that. Lucy says, I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Kat? Pretty good. Glad to have a day off. Really glad to have a day off. I have 3, but I'm glad for this one right here, right now. Lee, you're so dang intuitive. It's crazy. Lee says, I guess the change causes that. Yes, I sensed a worry with the message on the post, but you know what? I ended up being to work half an hour early. I think I slept in and got to work half an hour early. So it was wonderful. It felt very carried. Kind of like, see, you didn't have to worry so much. See, everything's okay. See, we got you. Lee from Magnetic North says, Kat, are they taking foreign labor in the plant? Our plant is not that big. We don't bottle here. We're just like a warehouse that distributes to our area. So I would say at this level, in this area, generally no. And I have more to say. And it's a good old boy club around here. I mean, you'll find that a lot in Tennessee in general, some parts of Virginia. I mean, that's just what I'm familiar with. But, and it's a good old boy club in this Pepsi plant. And in this general area. It's a little backwards. It's not, people aren't as with the times as they would be in a more populated city. Lee says, okay, so it's local. I'm not sure where they bottle. I think they have different bottling plants in the area, and I think we get ours somewhere from the Northeast. But you know what? I just show up to work. I try not to know too much. And then I try to act like I know everything. And when I say I mean the ego. It's not PC. Yes. But it's yes. Carl says I poured a 2 liter of Pepsi down the sink yesterday. Well, let me tell you, Carl, I hear Coke is better for cleaning out corrosion than Pepsi. That's just what I heard, though. Lisa. Oh, by the way, Carl, I love you. Good morning. Lee says, that's best way, Kat, and keeps a job. I know how those places are. Yeah. Oh, Lucy's sending unicorns, hearts, and rainbows. Thanks, Lucy. I'll be real honest. I was impressed with myself yesterday. I was doing so good. Then I went to lunch and I ate a lot. And when I got back to work, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But then, man, it just went by so fast. And the receiving manager comes over and goes, Boy, you had a big truck. They left you alone with a big truck, didn't I? I said, Oh, was it a big truck? Just because I don't know. I don't know what the guys usually work there. So it made me feel good to have the receiving manager come and say, Boy, that was a really big truck. Oh, Carl. Carl, did you know? I think it's the acid. So vinegar should work just as well in your sink. Carl says, I drank the 2 liter of Coke instead. Well, to each their own. Marlon says, Hey, Lucy, darling. Marlon says, For concentrated vinegar or citric acid's even cheaper. That's not the point. Lee says, Cola cleans chemicals from metal and strips layers so it can be good on it can't be good on the body, right? That's what I was just thinking, Lee. I was like, and we drink this stuff. Lucy says, Hello, MK. Unicorns, hearts, and rainbows. And he always calls me darling, LOL. I was trying to save Lucy the other day in her live stream and I was calling her my girlfriend. She just didn't know what to do with that. I was trying to be a good girlfriend. Magnetic North says, I placed items in cola to make it shiny. It turns something chucks rust to working items. Lucy says yes. She's laughing. Oh no, Carl says you're totally wrong. Lucy says that threw me off. Hussein is weird, only wants to flirt, having a conversation first. Carl, tell me what I'm totally wrong about because I don't know. Lee says, I'm going to let all my mudlark finds go and thin out a few boxes, thin to a few boxes of essential items. And Lee from Magnetic North says, Carl, oh, I must be. Science and Google will tell the answer. Maybe have a look. Yes, that was the guy. He told him to back off. Lucy's my girlfriend. You know what? That's what, when you get people like that that come in and they just want to flirt with you off right off the bat, and you know who they are. He's just like, oh yeah, I have a girlfriend. She's in the other room. And they stop. Not always, but it's been pretty successful. Lee from Magnetic North says, not always. That's why there's mods there to help out. Or sometimes you can have a sister sitting there listening who can chime in and help out too. And make jokes. I make jokes. It's what I do. I remember that he tried to flirt with you when you had a boyfriend, but I forgave him, but I'm just not interested in him that way. Yeah, I remember. Eyeballs. You've got a stick in your ear, dude. If you'd let me get it out, it wouldn't itch no more. And Carl says, I ran Hussein out of my live stream. I'm more interested in turning them into friends. Oh my goodness, he's done. He's done. He's been up protecting the yard since 2 o'clock. It's been rough on Jack. Lucy says, oh, you know who this person is, Carl? And Carl says, certainly do, Lucy. Certainly do. Lee says, I've had a few that have been banned for flirting with people. Some, sadly, never change, and so it protects others. Oh, Jack's got the right idea. Okay, I'll get up. Lucy says he followed me on IG, always sending me love and flirt gifts. 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 LOL. Aw, sounds like he's smitten or bored. He says sometimes, regardless of own thoughts, for the benefit of others and the channel, I've had people say if it kept happening, they would be gone. To protect others, and they help keep the channel safe. Carl says he'll want to see around your house, Lucy. And Lucy said he kept trying to call me too. It got annoying. An OIG. On IG. On Instagram. Lee from Magnetic North says, I can't spell today. Just blame it on your keyboard, and everybody will shake their head and say, ah, yes. It's empty. I was just thinking I need to go get a new cup. Lee, you are good. Lucy, Lee is scary good. Lee from Magnetic North says, no, I blame fat fingers and my dyslexia. Okay. Carl, are you going out to make a walking video today? I turned on my weather app yesterday, and the first city that was on there was Dublin. It is 62. Windy conditions are expected around 1 p.m. The lowest feels like temperature was 54 around 8 a.m. It says it's 62 now, but feels like 54. I just thought that was funny. I thought about you yesterday, Carl. 69 today here. And it's going to be 93. They did say 101 on the radio, but it might have been one of those feels like. I drank it all. It was that last sip that was cold. Why did you let the cup go cold? A warm cup is always better, yes. Good suggestion. I'll put some water in my cup and heat it up. Sounds like a good plan. bird. See, bird. Lee laughs and says, I know things. Lee, you are like the perfect man, if ever there was one. Don't men complain that women want them to read their minds? Just get to know our friend Lee. Very intuitive. Just damn near popped into my mind and was reading it. Carl says, I don't understand Fahrenheit. I don't understand Celsius. So when I was reading that meant nothing to you. It doesn't even have a conversion on my app. Trying to see if I could change it to Celsius. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, look at that. Okay. It is 21 degrees Celsius right here, right now. And it says that you are 17 degrees Celsius, Carl. Is it wrong or right? Lee says, Carl, whatever we are, it's like plus 30 on top to be Fahrenheit instead of C in Celsius. Lee says, Cat, that isn't true. I'm just me. Which is very tapped in, tuned in. What's that other word? I don't know. Carl says, all my American friends use Celsius. What are you trying to say, Carl? I just use Celsius for you, so I'm your friend. Good. Yummy, yummy. Lee from Magnetic North Adventures says, I'm no wise man or fool. I belong in a space of time and place, a cog in the machine, just somewhere in tune. And Lucy, excuse me. Better. Lucy says it is sending unicorns, hearts, and rainbows. And Lee says, sorry for the analyst type today. And Lee, From Magnetic North says, Lucy, thank you again. And warm cups, so much better. Yes. I don't know what you're saying sorry for. As far as I know, there was no reason for you to say sorry. Huh? How are you? Ooh. Lucy says, I'm not sure what I did, but you're welcome, Magnetic, LOL. And Lisa, some just don't understand my words or care to, but it has meaning. Oh, he said, thank you for unicorn vibes. Yes, thank you, Lucy. Lucy says, you're welcome. I always have unicorn vibes. And then she sent some more just to prove it. Carl says, I seen beautiful pictures from Iowa yesterday. Really? I don't know anything about Iowa. Do you know somebody in Iowa, Carl? Well, Lee says, I sense spirit is near me today. We have a rainstorm here. I'll be meditating later. Nice. I feel like there's a lot of farmland in Iowa. Maybe there's not. I'm trying to see if I understand. Okay, they grow a lot of corn because of humidity and rain. That makes sense. And that's where the extreme heat came from last year. In the South, people blame Iowa for the heat from the crop in Wisconsin. They blame Maine for the cold. In the South, they blame Iowa for the heat from crops. In Wisconsin, they blame Maine for the cold. Okay. I did not know. I never thought to blame anybody or anything for the heat. It just was. It's a thing. Yeah, it's hot. I came from Florida. We got hot and muggy and oppressive. I can handle it. I might complain though. So remind me that I said this. And let me tell you, it sure is better than the cold. Because I am not a fan of cold weather. Not even a tiny bit. Snow is pretty in pictures. Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, it's just a regional difference. Some do. I heard it when I was there. But then again, people don't know otherwise, not connected with feeling or ego. Lee says, I have walked videos in the snow, so you can see it without being cold. I don't like being cold. Well, if I ever move back to Florida, I might seek some snow videos. Carl says, I'll tell my friend you blame her. What friend? Who's blaming who? Who, what, when, where, why?
Om Shanti Shanti, sweet Lord Jesus set us free. Every soul now shifting.
I might. So far, my experience has been I don't get much signal by the lakes or the rivers or any place close to a dam. But I am going to try, if I get out on the kayak, to live stream, at least the sunrise. And the boats have been out in a certain area pretty close to me, so I might go take my magnet out there. That is my hope. That is my plan. That is what I would really like to do. Not today, though. I got ambitious when I thought I was doing it this morning. Lee from Magnetic North Adventures says, I blame no one, Carl. I don't live in the USA. I'm just saying what I've seen and heard in the South when people there have jokes. You got to learn that. That's what I was thinking, that you must have been there to hear it. No way, man. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. Why not tomorrow morning? I know why not this afternoon because it's going to be too dang hot. I don't want to be dragging that kayak through any place in the heat. But tomorrow morning, sunrise. That's my plan. Nope, I plan on taking cat naps today. I'm not letting it happen, Lee. This is because tomorrow your energy may be low from today's heat. Guess what? Then there's always Thursday. Although I see some cloudy weather in the future. Not that I care about cloudy. It's going to be partly cloudy tomorrow. And I can't stay out all day anyways, because I got to get back for Jack. So 5 to 6 hours max. Thursday, 40% chance of rain. At what time? Doesn't show me the time of rain. Oh, well, here it is. The chances go up around 1. Thursday would work too if I had to, but I'd like to do it tomorrow. Lee from Magnetic North says, LOL, cat naps. Friday looks promising or the weekend. You know, I don't do Fridays or the weekends. Oh, no, no, no. Yep. Yogi says that 60% chance of sunshine. I like those odds. Good morning, Yogi. How are you? Good to see you. Lee says, me too, Yogi. Good morning. Yogi says, good morning back to Mr. Lee. I'm just me, Lee. Lee says, Yogi, today's the day of the chance to be at one with nature and yourself. Carl says, I'd be playing loud music in Tennessee. What kind of music would you be playing? Lee says, just me, can't be confused or adapted, just is. Titles change, but well being is set from our mind. It is assured. And Lee says to Yogi, I hope you're okay. Actually, what he said was, Yogi, I hope you're okay. And Yogi says, thanks, Lee, but still doesn't answer. Are you doing okay, Yogi? Lee says, east with winds of change. He has a lot on his mind. Yogi says, I'm good. And Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, Yogi, face north, and the winds bring guidance, and know they protect you, and the east brings change. But which wind is the one that works with the trees to talk? Oh, oh, Lee says, Yogi, I'm calling you out, sir. It's okay not to be okay. Lee says, all cat, as they are rooted to the earth. It seems like such a simple thing. Of course, the wind makes the trees move, but I feel like lately it's been like really, that thought has been really pronounced about the wind and the trees working together. And connected to all. Carl says, no one is connected to me. I know sometimes it feels like that, Carl, but we're all connected. Speaking of connected, there's Lucy with her unicorn vibes.
Om Shanti
And Lucy, it's
Shanti.
in
Peace we Lord
Lee
Jesus
from Magnetic
send us
North
free.
Adventures says,
Every soul
wind is the
measure
power for trees to spread knowledge and nutrients.
into
And Lucy
divinity,
says, good morning,
into
Yogi Eric.
peace, into divinity.
Yogi says, is it the wind moving or the mind, as they say in Zen?
Om Shanti Shanti. Judah Mama set us
I could get
free.
lost in that thought. And Yogi says, hi, Lucy.
As soon as we feel into perfect peace.
And Lee says, the wind moves the mind moves the wind when we will it. Lee from Magnetic North says, as long as the wind isn't a certain type, it's all good. Yogi says, that's why Zen people aren't invited to parties. Yeah, it shuts you up right away. Makes you think. Things that make you go, hmm. Aw, Lee says, well, there's a ginger patch party. You're invited too. It's always there. Life is our party. So are you going to be a party pooper, party prepper, or party partier? Goodness. Yogi says Zen, yoga, Tao, Buddhism, and the course have the same answer. Lucy says, here we go, the ginger patch again. It sends unicorn vibes. Yay. Carl says, take care, everyone. Going to see the manager. I hope everything's okay, Carl. And I will keep an eye out to see if you go for a walk today. Have a good day, Carl. I love you. Lisa's party pee. Oh, Lisa, the same thing. Take care, Carl. Have a good day. Yogi says I try to be discreet in my pooping, so no party. Well, I thank you for that, and I appreciate that. Lucy says, bah, ha, ha, ha. Yogi, that was funny. Leave it to Yogi to miss the whole party and go straight to the pooping.
Om Shanti Shanti, sweet Lord Jesus, set us free.
Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, Yogi, be happy. I shot a can of mushy peas on my sling the other day. It spread penis and green into the world. Boy, that was a picture in my head, Lee. Like you coloring the world with green just by innocently playing with your slingshot. Lee says, and my job is done. Yogi smiled too. Lucy says, oh my goodness, magnetic. LOL, LOL, LOL. And Lee says, green nature, well being, and healing. Yes. God bless me. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, bless. Thank you. My eyes are itching too. I think my allergies are Allergies activated. Lee says, well, or with that, I put the microphone down. I'm done. People smile or laugh. Job achieved. Jobs achieved. Nice. Yogi says that was a lovely smile. Or lovely. What? What? I'm getting Lee confused with Yogi here. It was a lovely sneeze. Well, you should hear some of them. Not so lovely. But it felt good. Thanks, Yogi. Lisa's cat was out channeling the chi. How did you know that? I was. Sanhaya? I'm sorry if I mangled your name, but hello. Good to see you. Good morning. Hey, Lee, do you have any plans for today? And I see you came out with a premiere yesterday, part two. I still can't comment, but I haven't watched part two yet. Meditation is all this week. I thought meditation was every day. Your focus this week is meditation. Nice. Lee from Magnetic North says part two shows more finds. Yeah, I can't wait to sit down and relax and watch. You and somebody else, you and Katie from We Took the Long Way Home, are like I don't know. Did you ever have a favorite show on Friday night that came on? I think ours was like Dukes of Hazzard, and I'm surprised we were allowed to watch that because they broke the law. Actually, that came up after a while and we weren't allowed to watch it, but um, it was always like the thing you were always looking forward to watching. That's the feeling I get, and I want to do that in the evening when I'm comfy and cozy. I want to watch Magnetic North Adventures, and I want to watch Katie from We Took the Long Way Home. And Lee says, yes, sometimes even we of the nature world need balance and change. And Lee says, nope. I not own a TV many, many years. YouTube's my TV nowadays. I just meant when I was a kid. It gives me the same looking forward to something kind of feeling like when I was a kid. It was bringing up fond memories. So watching your videos are very comforting, something I look forward to. The long way home, the path to where The path to where is the path to the heart? Yes, but we took the long way home as a channel on YouTube. I just didn't want to miss that point because I love Katie. Lee says, thank you. That means a lot to me. Well, you mean a lot to me, Lee. Lee says, I know it is. A YouTube channel. I did a giveaway on my premiere. My Dutch figure is going to Missouri. Nice. Very cool, Lee. Lee says, I think I spelled that place wrong. I didn't notice if you did, so we're all good. Lee says 1 kilogram of mixed finds are going to the south coast of England. The giveaways are random, but my way of giving back to those who follow or watch. And speaking of all who watch, hi to the 5 of you who are hanging out with us from Lee and from me. Lee says the link, please. For Yogi. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but then I got distracted. I got distracted, Lee. I've got my mind on maybe the chickens in particular, but just sensing something. I had a chicken acting really strange yesterday. And I feel like something is, I don't know if it's off or something's different in the energy. I'm not quite sure what's going on. But that's what I was doing outside this morning. Just sitting and just sitting. Sitting with dogs. One dog in particular. There we go, the link. First I was like, the link? What link? What link am I supposed to be sharing? Hi, Rosie. How are you, Rosie? All right, it's always a crapshoot. Let's see how it came out. Doesn't look bad. I think we did good. Thanks for the reminder, Lee. Rosie says, I'm okay. I tried sleeping. It didn't work out for me. Was I not going fast enough for you, Lee? Lee says, hi, Rosie. You just thought I was going to do a squirrel again, didn't you? You said something about the flock. Hope the flock is okay. Yeah, I think they're okay. I just have this one who, I guess I base all chickens are stupid off of this one chicken. She just, I don't know if she can't see, but all the other chickens can figure out where the door to get out is. But she will sit in the corner of the chicken run and just back and forth along the fence like she's trying to find her way out. And I felt so bad for her because I was throwing food out for them, but she just could not figure out how to get out. And she's like that a lot. She'll run, like if there's something scary and all the chickens run into their hen house, she'll run the opposite way. I, I just don't know. But I don't, I just think there's some, I don't know, something's a little off. Lisa's just guiding danger away. That's a kind hen. I don't know. I think she's damaged in the head just a little bit. Lee says yes, he's seeing positive in the negative. Oh, Rosie. Rosie says, I need some Jack love. I love you, Jack. Jack is sleeping. He is jumping up and loving on you and nibbling at your arms in his dream. That's when Jack is feeling really feisty. He'll do those little tiny nibbles that kind of hurt and make you squeal. And the more you squeal, the more he thinks it's fun. Rosie says, wake up, Jack. I need you, Jack. Hey, Jack. Jackie. She says he's sleepy. Oh, there he is. Say hello, Jack. You look funny without your ear. Where did your ear go, friend? Did you lose it? He does look funny without an ear, doesn't he? Oh my goodness. Funny. What are you doing, Bubba? He's a good boy. Is he a good boy? Yeah? Aw, Jack, Rosie says she loves you. And he gets cuter every day, earless and everything. He says, love how his side looks. Says, what are you doing? Jack, don't wake the bed. Boys are gross. Goofy. Rosie says, Jack. Hey, Jack. Rosie says, I'm sorry for waking you up, but I need some Jack love today. You make me feel better. Because you're goofy and lick sheets. Boy, stop. And Lucy says, hello, Rosie. And Rosie says, hello, Lucy. Oh, I'm sorry you're not sleeping well, Rosie. Rosie says he's so fluffy. Is he? Fluffy's not what I think of. But he is soft and warm and cuddly. Are you able to take naps during the day, Rosie? You know I'm all about the naps. Find your sleep where you can. Lee says Jack must have had a good meal in his dream and doesn't want to miss any, possibly. Rosie says he's fluffy, cute, and handsome, and I really want to pet him. But you're always welcome to visit. You can pet, you can cuddle. You can play chase. Rosie says my whole family knows how to nap besides me, LOL. I can hear the train. It sounds like thunder outside. It's not close. I can't think of when I started taking naps. Well, probably when I started working for Pepsi, or at least a few hours into working for Pepsi. But definitely a few years into working for them. Definitely now, though. Naps are my jam. You all right, Jack? He's done. He's just done. He's done with me.
Om Shanti Shanti, sweet Lord Jesus set us free, and grace will now shifting
Yeah, I don't know how to either. I just do.
into
I just sit down to relax.
into
And I pass out.
peace, into divinity.
A lot of time they're unintentional naps. And Lee says the 35-year age nap. Yeah, that's it. And Lisa's breath work helps to sleep. Yogi says I started taking naps last week. I think Wednesday, as recommended by my nap guru. Rosie says, hi, Yogi. Yogi says, hi, Rosie. Lee says, naps bring a recharge and rest, a recharge to a much needed system. That's it. That's when I started really napping, is when I started listening to Seth. Talking about how it was much more it was beneficial to sleep 4 to 5 hours and take naps during the day as needed, energetically. I don't remember why. I forget so much that I learn, but it just stuck with me. And since I was only getting about 5 hours of sleep, anyways, it made a lot of sense. Rosie says, probably going to try to sleep. My eyes are starting to burn from the light of my phone, so it's bright. Oh, sounds like you're ready to sleep, sister. Sweet dreams, Rosie. I hope it sticks. A good sleep for you. Yogi says, my mantra is Om, nappy, nappy, nap time. Om. Oh no, Lee says, no, Yogi needs no nappy. Wait a minute. What kind of nappies are we talking? Oh my gosh. Rosie says, thank you, Magnetic and Cat. You're welcome, dear. Oh, hi. Clearly not those ones. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying the conversation early and now nappies and nappies. Rosie says, bye, everyone. Love you all. And of course, Jack. Love you too, Rosie. Sweet dreams, my friend. Openly said, you're always welcome, Rosie. So when is it considered, how much time has to pass between the time you wake up and if you go back to sleep in the morning? How much time has to pass before it becomes a nap and not just, I went back to sleep? Because I'm going to do both here shortly. And Lee says, no set time. Time is created. Lee says, can you nap while you sleep? And vice versa. So what you're saying is if you're dreaming, well, we're all dreaming anyways, but if you sleep in the dream, I guess you can nap while you're asleep, but are you really waking up when you're napping? Is napping a return to wakefulness for a short time? Oh. Thank you for the reminder. Lee says yes. As when asleep, if you dream sleeping, that's a power nap. That's needed. If short nap, you're sleeping. Lee says we may never know the answer, Kat. I think we will. I think we'll know all the answers eventually, but then some of the questions we have here will be no longer questions or inconsequential. That's what I think. I'll be like, yeah, one day I'm going to know everything. And I'll be like, all these questions, they won't even be questions. Lee says we are mortal. Answers never meant for us all. I wonder about that. Lisa's brain couldn't deal with the answers. Well, I think if we had all the answers, we'd no longer be in the illusion. And yes, our limited brain here now, yes, mind blown. It would blow up. It'd be too much. It'd be an overload. Yeah, and Lee says that's why we will never get all the answers while on this plane. Well, what about awakening? What about enlightenment? What about instant enlightenment? I'm just saying I am open. I'm open to that possibility. Lee says, I don't follow modern beliefs. They all come from understanding what we understand. They all come from understanding what we understand others may not. And Lucy is tripling down on those unicorns. Thanks, Lucy. And a reminder that it's very close to yogi time. Which really, our little group, yogi time, it's like a phrase. If you know, you know. If you don't hang out here a lot, you don't know about yogi time. Lisa's racing unicorns, and see you all soon. And bye, y'all. Bye, Lee. See you. See you in the next place. I see you. Choke down that apple. Well, don't choke it down. Chew it down. My friend, you're about to be on. Your turn. Tag, you're it. I'm tapped out. Okay. I have 5 o'clock on the dot. want to say thank you guys for hanging out. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.